Today we're going to talk about the top 25 things that you need to get out of your house before you put it on the market when it comes to selling your home. So let's get into it. Okay, the first one that you have to get rid of when selling your house, and this is where this is the most sensitive for a lot of people, and that is the pets and yourselves. You have to remove yourselves, the pets, the iguanas, the cats, the birds, the dogs, the fish, the snakes, all that. They have to be off the property when it comes to selling your house. They just has to. People are finicky when it comes to looking at houses. And if you have allergies to dogs or cats, that can cause issues for a buyer. And right now, it's really tough to sell a house. So you want your house to be amazing. So you have to get rid of those and create spaces. So you can maybe create spaces in the garage or ideally just off the property altogether. Now, the thing with aquariums, those are tough to move, especially if they're large aquariums. If you can't get those aquariums moved, which I highly recommend you get them moved and off the property altogether, you gotta make sure that they don't smell and they're clean, because people, especially kids, are drawn to those aquariums. And if they're stinky and they smell, that's not gonna go over well, and that's gonna be like, oh, remember that house with that aquarium? Yeah, it smelled, it was really bad. Same thing with cages of any sorts. Poop collects at the bottom, or it's just yucky. So you have to get rid of that stuff before selling your house this year in order for you to maximize the dollar and get the home sold. So that is number one, and that is the most sensitive, and that's what I'm gonna get the most grief about, I know it. The reason why it's so important to get off the property you yourself, and I get this, I have sellers who say, I just am gonna be on a conference call, I'll be out of the way. No, leave the property. Get on your conference call in a car and just go down the street away from the home. Buyers can sense that when the seller's home, the eyeballs are looking at them. They feel like someone's hovering over them. They've got security cameras just watching every move. Please get out of the home during the showings. Leave the property, leave and let the buyers kind of walk into your home and absorb and feel like, hey, this home could be theirs. So do yourself a favor, vacate the home, get the animals, get the pets, and get out of the house and let the buyer see the home as their potential home, because that's why you're selling it, right? You want to maximize the dollars and let them see the home and write you a big price tag for that house. So leave the property as well. All right, number two, you have to remove all those old broken down cars, those junk cars that are parked out in front, off the premises and away from your home. Just get rid of them. If you have an old boat that doesn't work, get rid of it. If you have an RV that's sitting there in your property and it doesn't work, get rid of it. If you have teenagers' cars that they don't run anymore, get rid of it. You want the potential buyers to pull up and have space in front of your home. Now, if you're in a tight area, then you live in a tight area and parking's kind of tough, what I highly recommend to do is after you clear out all the cars, put some orange cones, in front of your property to keep that area clear, so that when the buyers come, that space is open for those buyers to come in and park. So this gives the impression that, man, you guys are clean and neat and there's no debris and there's nothing going on, and it really gives a nice curb appeal. Now, when you have all that stuff cleared out, it feels great. The buyer's perception of your home already starts to feel good. Now, don't forget though, before you leave or before the buyers get here, pull those orange cones and take off. Those parking cones are just there to keep the neighbors from pulling in and parking in front of your new empty space because you pulled the teenager's car that doesn't work anymore off the property now and donated it. So make sure that your property, old cars, RVs, motorcycles that just don't run anymore, they're all cleared out. You want your driveway to look clear, the curb appeal to look great, and that there's plenty of room for when the buyer pulls in, they have a place to park. Okay, number three is actually surprising. It's the TV remotes. You have to hide those TV remotes. Now, a lot of people have those little baskets, so they'll just put those remotes on the coffee table. It's cluttery. Even though it's in a basket, it's cluttery. So take those TV remotes and put them away in a drawer. You do not want to see TV remotes, 10 TV remotes sitting in a basket on the coffee table by the couches and the chairs. Take the TV remotes, bundle them up, and put them away. You want that living room or that family room to look very clean and neat and tidy. And having all those TV remotes just bundled in a basket does not say clean, neat, and tidy. So I want you to put all those TV remotes away in a drawer, away from the viewing, so people can just walk in and see the space and they're not drawn to what type of remotes. What's that remote for? What does that have? Where's that sound system? What, people's minds start looking and they start processing instead of just enjoying the space for what it is. They start wondering what this remote's for and what that remote's for, and does that control the fan or does that control the blinds? You start to lose the buyer in that room a little bit. So just tuck those remotes into a drawer and let the buyer enjoy the space. Okay, number 4, get rid of all the bright colored stuff that you have in your home. Pillows, throws, wall colors. Get rid of the bright colors. Just trust me on this. I've been doing this for over 20 years. Neutral is the way to go when it comes to selling your home. So if you have favorite bright colors of pillows or throws, save them in a box and so you can pull them out in your new house. But when it comes to selling your house, get rid of the bright colored anything. Just trust me, it won't sell your house. Just box it up and you will thank me later. I promise you. Stick with neutral, stick with just the neutral. I can't tell you how important it is to go neutral and get rid of bright colored anything. So go room by room, go in your bathrooms. If it's a bright color, paint a wall, make it neutral. If you have a bright color, anything in any room, pull it down and neutralize it. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, well, that's not true, man. Like, I've sold my house with bright colored walls, bright colored I get it, I hear you. That may have happened, especially during COVID when there's a shortage of houses. The market has shifted. There's more homes on the market. You want to neutralize your home. Trust me when I hear you. I know you've sold a home with bright colors before, but right now you have to do everything right in your power to make it appealing for all aspects of buyers, and being neutral is the only way to go. Trust me. All right, you have to declutter your house. Now, you may have been in your home for 5 years, 7 years, 30 years. Chances are you can get a dumpster into your driveway and fill it. You have to declutter your home when it comes to selling it. You just have to. And since we're on this topic, a lot of people, I go into a lot of homes and I get it. You have some old heavy furniture. Maybe it's antique. Maybe it's been handed down. Maybe it's, special and it's been in the family forever. I get it. And it's big and bulky. And you have buffets or large armoires, and that's good. And that's for you, it's good right now. But when it comes to selling, right, that big bulky furniture makes the home feel heavy. And that's hard right now for a buyer. And so you have to just get rid of it. If it's super sentimental to you, store it. Get rid of it and put it in a storage unit until you move to your new place, then pull it out and put it in your place. But when it comes to selling, you have to get rid of it. And you're not gonna make the money from if you bought that, you're not gonna get that money back. You just won't. You'll spend more time, effort, and probably money to try and get the money out of it or trying to sell it than you would just donating it or just selling it on Marketplace for nothing. So you just have to get rid of it. That's just the way the homes are right now. They're light, they're bright, they're modern. If you're relocating, that furniture's heavy, which is gonna cost you more to relocate. We've relocated hundreds of families here to Idaho, and I always tell people, get rid of all your furniture when you're buying your house here in Idaho, because chances are it will not fit or it will not match your new home here. It just won't. And everyone says, Greg, I wish I would have just got rid of my furniture there. It would have been so much easier. Could have just donated, or I could have just put it on the curb. Trust me, get rid of all the big, heavy, bulky furniture that you have in your home right now. Okay, we have to talk bathrooms, because bathrooms, I don't know what it is about bathrooms, but you have to remove the plunger. You can't have the plunger right by the toilet when you're showing your house or selling your house, because it's gross. having the plunger sitting right next to the toilet bowl is gross. Same with that brush right there. It's gross. Everyone knows what that stuff's for. And when a buyer comes in, they don't want to be grossed out. Same with the disinfectant spray. You know, people know they went in there, did their business, and you gotta spray it to keep the salt. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. You should have no rugs in the bathroom at all. No rugs on the flooring. You just want to have a nice either tile, whatever your flooring is, you just want it exposed because you don't want any carpet of any sort in a bathroom. The toothbrushes, get those out. If you have toothbrushes on the counter, get rid of it. Soap is okay. Hand towel is okay. Other than that, it needs to be very bare minimum in the bathroom. If you have personal things, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. I don't need to say anything more about the bathroom. Bathrooms are really important in showings because bathrooms can tell a story about you, and people snoop. They just do. At open houses, people snoop, and in showings, I know that. So I'm just giving you a fair warning. Get rid of that stuff when it comes to selling your house. Just get rid of that. Just make it plain. Plain Jane. When you think of selling your house, bathrooms, plain Jane, keep it simple. Okay, number 7 is those air filters. You gotta get rid of those for the showings. You know, if you have health issues and all that stuff, I get it. But when a buyer walks in and they see all these air filters around the house, they think, what's going on with this house? Is the HVAC system really bad? Is there poor circulation? So if you have air filters stationed throughout the house that are just, you know, circulating the air, just put those away for the showings and you can get them back out. You don't want the buyers to think,
remember that house we went to and they had like 7 air filters in like the whole house? Like that probably is a red flag. We probably don't want to put an offer in, have an inspection, and then find out the air is just horrible.
So just avoid that altogether and put those air filters away. That way people aren't like wondering what is wrong with this home. So again, for medical reasons, it's understandable to have those out. But you know, if you don't need them out for medical reasons, put them away. It just keeps it all easy and just helps the buyer just be able to not have to worry about or second guess like, hey, should we do this or not? Like, you know what I mean? With not a lot of buyers out there right now and more listings, you know, you don't want to, you know, shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak, by keeping those air filters out when you could just remove them. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, I got to pick up the pace here. Number 8, if you have soiled carpet, get rid of it. Don't do the credit thing. The buyer doesn't want to have to deal with it. Just fix it. Either get rid of it, replace it, or just fix it. Don't just say, oh, I'll just, you know, pass the problem off to the buyer and give them a credit. Just take care of it, get it done, and then move on. Soiled carpet is the worst. So just make sure you get it done, have it ready to go. It's done, it's removed. There's a little invoice for the buyer. It makes them feel good, like, oh, that's already done. So it's already set to go. It's not a non-issue, and you can move forward. There you go. Okay, number 9, get rid of anything inoperable, a wine fridge, a beverage fridge. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. Don't just leave it in there and just disclose, oh, not working. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it, the stuff that doesn't work. It's just gonna make it so much better. You're gonna feel better about selling that home. You're not gonna have that worry of like, the buyer's gonna be knowing exactly what's going on. They're not gonna be buying the home thinking, oh, does a wine fridge work? Oh, it doesn't work. Well, now we don't wanna do this home anymore. Like that was kind of a selling point, but we got the disclosures and just anything that doesn't work in your house right now, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it and just sell the home and the stuff that's working in it. Rather than just keeping it in there, we all know what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna get a contract. The home inspection's gonna come, they're gonna find it, that's not gonna, be working. Then they're gonna either ask for you to repair it or replace it. That's gonna be expensive. So then now we're open up to more things, what else? So rather than having to repair or replace it, I say just get rid of it. Just get rid of the dang thing, and then that doesn't even come up in the inspection, and it will save you money in the negotiation and net you more money at the sale of the home. Now, if we're talking like oven or stuff that is like required to be working for the new buyer to live in the home, and replace it. get a new one in there so it does work for them. You know, I'm not saying throw out the oven, you know, the heating system, because replace it, obviously, that goes without saying, but you want to do what's right. So the stuff that's not working, that is required for the home purchase to go through, for a buyer to be able to live in the home comfortably, and that's required by your state law. If it doesn't work, replace it. The HVAC, you might have to replace it if it's not working, or get it repaired on your own just to make sure it's operating and like how it should be. So use common sense, treat the sale of your home and how that stuff is working, how you'd want to be treated. The golden rule always wins in this case. All right, number 10, take anything that's affixed to the home before you sell it. So a chandelier, drapes, anything like that. Take it off, cap it with a light bulb if it's a chandelier. That way you can take it with you. The buyer who comes in and sees the home without the chandelier with a light, that way they know that is the light that goes there, not the chandelier. You're not doing a bait and switch. The drapes are now down and some other, you know, either no drapes are up. Make sure you take the things that you want for your new home down and off the wall that's not affixed to the wall, and replace those with other things that you want to leave with the home. So hopefully that makes sense, right? So if you have like a very special light fixture, this comes into play a lot here. So a very expensive light fixture, or a family light fixture that's always been passed down, we ask the seller to take that down before we go on the market and replace it with a different light fixture, or like I said before, drapes come down, stuff like that. You know, here in Idaho, wall mounts are affixed to the home. So keep that in mind, that if you have an expensive wall mount for your TV and you want to take that with you, that needs to come down, and a different, less expensive wall mount needs to go up if you plan on leaving a wall mount on, because the current wall mount that you have on your wall needs to stay there at the sale of the home. A lot of people forget that, and the buyer moves in to mount their TV and the wall mounts are gone, and guess what? The seller has to then pay for someone to come out and install a brand new wall mount, and it's very expensive. So make sure that anything that is affixed to the house that you want to take with you, you take down before you put on your home on the market. Very simple. All right, number 11, you're gonna wanna take down all the smoke detectors that are 10 years old or older. Take those down. They're outdated. They're gonna come out in the home inspection. Replace those. Get new smoke detectors up in the home. That's just gonna be peace of mind for you as a seller, and it won't come up on the home inspection with those new smoke detectors. So get those new smoke detectors up in place. Same with carbon monoxide. Make sure that those are up and brand new when you go to sell your home. That is going to give a buyer such peace of mind when they come into the home, especially if a family's coming in or a family with newborn. They're going to want that. So just make sure that any smoke detector that's 10 years old or older is taken down and replaced. All right, number 12. Remove all old inoperable light bulbs, because that's going to come up in the inspection report. So make inventory, go around the home, test all your light bulb switches, make sure all the burnt out light bulbs are taken down and replaced, because that's going to come up in the home inspection. Just replace them, switch them out, make sure they're working. That's going to save you on that home inspection. And man, what a good feeling when your home comes back super clean on a home inspection report, or you get the home inspection report from the buyer's agent and they're like, yeah, we couldn't find anything. We're good to go. So doing all these little things is really going to help you set yourself up for a very, very good sale of your home. Okay, number 13, start trimming out all the dead shrubbery around your house right now. Depending on when you're watching this, if you have dead shrubbery, get rid of it. Trim it out. If you have dead tree limbs, knock those out. Get rid of them. Trim those down. Now, it's going to cost you money. It will. But man, it's a fire hazard. We don't want fire hazards. And the buyers will appreciate it. So just look around your property right now. Do you have dead limbs? If so, get rid of them. Just do some home maintenance right now and get rid of it. I'm trying to help you get top dollar for your house. So yes, it may cost you money. You might have to hire a gardener to come in, but you will thank me later, I promise you. And just get rid of it and do the work now, and you'll get the reward later. All right, quick intermission. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Smash the like button, follow me, Go Idaho. We are here, we help people buy and sell real estate here in the Idaho area. So if you're thinking about making a move or need help selling your house, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. We've helped hundreds of families relocate and sell their houses here in the Treasure Valley, and I'd love to help you. We've got a great team of agents standing by, so let's do it. All right, number 14, I'm all about home security and security cameras, but I don't want you to go overboard. I don't want you to have cameras all over, multiple cameras in every room. Yes, home security is important, absolutely. But when you have too many cameras all over the place, it really gives off the impression of like, is this a safe area? Should I be worried? Can the kids play outside in the street? Or, you know what I mean. I think you know what I'm saying here. Be smart, be aware, but also just minimize when you're selling your home how many cameras you have. Now, you make your own choice. Your safety is the most important thing. Your family safety is the most important thing. As a realtor who works with the public selling houses for a living, people do make comments of like, geez, they had a ton of cameras. Like, is this a safe neighborhood? Like, maybe we don't want to live in this neighborhood, Greg. Like, maybe show us some homes in a different neighborhood. So I'm just giving you feedback. So as you are thinking about selling your home, if you are one that has a gazillion cameras around your property and you're getting ready to sell, maybe have that conversation and be like, okay, babe, okay, self, like, how many do I really need for this, 90-day period when I'm selling my house? So just think about that when it comes to selling your house. Can you eliminate or deactivate a few cameras and take them down for a shorter period of time? And then once you sold your home, put them up again and have at it. All right, number 15, we need to get rid of all unnecessary furniture in the rooms. I see this a lot in houses. I walk into the house and Greg, hey, what should we do? I'm like, well, we need to minimize, we need to neutralize, we need to get rid of excess furniture. Like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, if you have excess chairs in a dining room, we don't need to have that. If they're up against the wall, just get rid of them. If you have your dining table, if you have a leaf and you have all this, like a full spread of 12 tables, but you have the leaf that you can combine it and bring it down, minimize that. I see extra desks in kids' rooms all the time. I see chairs in rooms that just don't belong. So think about your room, the rooms. If you just put a chair in there just to kind of fill that space, get rid of it. You don't need extra furniture in rooms. When it comes to selling a house, the less is better. So you're gonna be packing up, you're gonna be moving. You don't need extra furniture in rooms to make it look full. It's actually better when it looks less full and maybe you just have a simple thing in there the way maybe it was before you put that excess furniture in there. So get rid of any excess items that you have in rooms. So you have your bedroom set, great. If you have a chair, you don't need a chair in there. I see this all the time. I see dining chairs in the primary bedrooms for whatever reasons. So just extra furniture, get rid of those in the bedrooms and in any other rooms throughout the house. If you need help with that, if you have questions, that's what us agents are here to help you. You can reach out to anyone on my team. We're happy to pop by and be like, yep, you get rid of that, too much. So extra furniture, get rid of. All right. Number 16, and this happens in all the photo shoots we do, those area rugs or those long runners down the hallways. We get rid of those because you have beautiful floors and we want to show that in our photo shoots. So usually the smaller the rugs, the better because it shows more of the floor. It just shows it better. So we like to showcase the area, the whole thing. So those big area rugs take up so much. And we want to make that room just pop and look beautiful. And it's really sad to us to see this home that has just the most beautiful flooring covered with this large area rug. So remove those area rugs and just let that floor speak. And it's, again, this is temporary, right? Because we're going to be rolling up those rugs anyways because you're moving. And this, I'm just giving you the advice of over 20 years of how you can sell your house in this market. And this is what it works, especially in this market, to help you sell your house. So you have to kind of get, this might go against the grain of what you've been hearing on HGTV, but you have to just open it up and make it look just so beautiful and natural and open so people can start visualizing. Because what you want to do is just kind of let the buyer envision, oh, I could see myself putting this rug. Because when you have your rug down there and with a color scheme that might not work, that buyer's gonna be like,
Yeah, that didn't really flow. Like, I remember that hallway, but there was something off about it.
what they're remembering is that rug that you had, and for some reason they can't remember specifically why it didn't work, but it's the color or the pattern or the shape. Something didn't work for them. So we remove that for those pictures and those showings so they can visualize, oh man, yeah, babe, I can picture a runner right here, or you know what I mean? I guess that's the psychological sales aspect of selling a house, is you kind of remove that and let the buyer visualize themselves living in the home. Okay, number 17, get rid of all the cords, cords. If you are working in an office and you have just a ton of computer cords underneath your desk like that, and especially, if you're working with us, our photographer is really good at editing out those cords. But like if you have cords hanging down from the wall and the TV, like do whatever you can to get rid of the cords that show, like for showings and especially in the photos, like minimize, do whatever you can to get rid of all the bundles of cords. A lot of you have kids with Xboxes, all that stuff. Do whatever you can to bundle those up and hide them, because people recognize that. Buyers recognize that. They get it. They're like, oh, that's where the Xbox is. But when you're showing a house and everything is so clean and then you go into a room and there's all those cords, oh no! So just make sure all the cords are bundled and hidden away as best as you can for the photo shoot and for the showings. Okay, number 18, we have to remove the evidence of pets. Then we gotta get pets off the property, but especially for the showings and photo shoot, we have to remove the evidence of pets. And where I see this a lot is people get, the dogs out of there, but they leave the bowls on the floor next to the cabinet where the dog drinks and eats, or they have the dog toys in a basket next to the couch. We want all evidence of pets gone. We love the pets, right? We love them. But there are people out there who don't love them, which, right? Who are those people, right? If you love the pets, like who are those people who don't love those pets? But anyways, we just have to get rid of all evidence of pets. Dog hair, cat hair, all that stuff has to be removed. It just has to. So you have to spend the time making sure that evidence of pets, gone. People are just very sensitive to that, and for allergy reasons and or other reasons. So we just want to make sure that, especially for showings and photo shoots, all evidence is gone that pets live at your home, even though we love them. Okay, number 19, we have to get rid of junk in the closet. We have to just get rid of it. There's nothing more satisfying than when you're showing a buyer and you go into the primary closet and it's very organized. Everything has a place and it fits. It's really embarrassing when you open a closet for a buyer and it's just like stuff comes out. So it's not a shove to put away, like you just get rid of it. If you can't organize it, get rid of it. Buyers open up closets to see how much space they have to store things. So while you're selling your house, people will open up closets and look inside. And if it's full of junk and they can't see past things, that's not gonna help them know how much depth that closet has or how much hanger space or anything like that. So organize your closet or just get rid of the stuff altogether. Just get rid of the junk. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna thank me, because man, when it comes to moving, a lot of this stuff's gonna already be taken care of and it's just gonna be like such an easy process. But get rid of that ahead of time. What's also interesting about a clean closet is they think that, oh my gosh, if they've cleaned their closet, I bet they've kept really good care of the house. The garage, a clean garage and a clean closet usually goes really well. You usually get really good offers. It's kind of funny because they think that, man, they're meticulous about the garage, they're meticulous about the closet, they're detailed, they're organized. That means everything else, their day-to-day living area is probably very clean and organized, and it goes really, really well for you when it comes to selling your house. Okay, number 20, you want to get rid of and hide all prescription medication, whether that's in a safe or hidden somewhere secret. There's been a lot of stories and articles about people going into open houses and stealing prescription meds and all that stuff. So you just want to make sure that if you have prescription medication, you want to hide that or take it with you during showings or open houses. You want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but an agent can get distracted very easily at an open house by multiple parties, and the other party can, while one person's distracted the realtor, the other person can go snoop. So you just want to make sure the prescription medication is either locked in the safe or you have taken it and removed it off the premises completely for showings and or open houses. It's just be careful on that. And that goes with any personal item of value for your home. Okay, number 21, get rid of any traps that you have at your house. Any rat traps, mice traps, ant traps, spider traps, anything. Just get rid of it, because buyers will see that and they'll think, oh my gosh, do they have an infestation? Like, I don't want to live here. I don't want rats. I don't want ants. I don't want bugs. I don't want spideys. I don't want... Get rid of those, because it just freaks buyers out. If they see that, they're like, I like that house, but man, they had like 16 mice traps all over. Like, no, thank you. They have rats in the walls. Like, I'm not in it to win it for that house. We are not going to do that. So a lot of you do it for maintenance, and that's fine. Or you already have a bug guy that comes on a quarterly basis and just sprays, and you don't have that any issue. You just have it out for general maintenance. But you have to be thinking from buyer perspective. Get rid of any mouse traps, mice traps, ant traps, or spider traps that you have right now while you're going through that showing process and that selling process. Or if you do, just keep them very well hidden, like you don't even see them. No one knows where they are. You do not want those in plain sight when you're selling your house at all. Okay, number 22, any important personal documentation, banking information, card information, anything personal that you would not want anyone just to stumble upon. Remove it off the property. Get it off the property. You just don't know, and you don't want to be a story. So we highly recommend putting it in a safe deposit box at a bank. Just get it off the property, out of sight, where no one can stumble upon it when it comes to showing or selling your house. We recommend that you get a safe deposit box, because when you're moving and packing things up and moving, I can't tell you how many times people lose important documents. Passports, stuff like that gets lost all the time with people are moving. So just put it in a safe deposit box. And then when you go to do your final move, if you're relocating, that's the last stop that you hit before you make the push, the final push out. And that's easy to do, and it's all in one shot, and you can get it generally very easily, and it's not gonna get lost with like the dishes in the dish box or whatever. So just get it off and put it in the bank safe deposit box, or if you have a gun safe or anything like that that you know is not gonna get opened or messed around with, just put it there and just keep it all right there in one place. Okay, number 23, take down all personal photos. Kind of goes without saying, buyers want to visualize themselves inside their home, but it also is kind of like a security thing, especially for when we take photos of your home. You know, if you have kids, you know, we don't want to have photos taken and published on the MLS or on Zillow and have your family posted all over the internet. So there's a privacy issue there. Plus, you know, like we want the buyers to kind of see this home as a potential for them to build their family roots and create memories of their own inside the home. So we highly recommend that you take down all your personal photos for the sale of the home, the showings, and then also for when the photographer comes and photographs the house. All right, number 24, remove all your jewelry. Remove it off the property, your valuables, your diamonds, your rubies, your Rolexes. Get them off the property. There are criminals out there who view the MLS and they know where to go, and they go to showings and they steal. Do not have your valuables on the premises. Put them in a very secure safe or remove them altogether off the property. You do not want to have things go missing or stolen when you're trying to sell your house. So remove your rubies, your gems, your collectibles, all the stuff that is very valuable to you. get that off your property or put it in a safe. Protect yourself and protect those items and get those off the property. There are just too many bad people out there who want to take advantage of people who are just trying to sell their house. So they're smart and they spend days and days looking and researching, and they know exactly which houses to go to and what open houses to go to, and they hit them and they steal. So be careful, be vigilant, and just take precaution. Okay, I saved this for the last one, but it goes without saying. I don't need to drag this out forever and make a big deal of this, but remove all political and religious statements or memorabilia or anything like that. Just remove it. You know, people, they're individuals. They'll make their own decision, political or religious wise. Just keep the house neutral. Just take that down. I know it's meaningful to you, but when it comes to selling your house, people, they'll judge you based off of those items, and they'll decide if they want your house or not based off those items. It's super sad, we know, but I want you to sell your house. I want you to be successful, and I want you to get top dollar. So just for the short period that's on the market, just take it down for the showings, the photography, and then put it back up as soon as you get into your new home, and it'll just be great. So remove those items. All right, that sums up the 25 things that you need to remove to sell your home. I hope that's helpful. It's a lot of work that you're gonna do up front, but you're gonna be very, very successful. And if you do these things, you're gonna crush your competition. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you need help, just reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Until next week, go Idaho.